When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good Thursday morning, everyone. How are you? Hey, Gary. Good morning. How's Canada? Hey, Chessie. Marlene. Good morning. I'm going to try to talk lower. I noticed that I kind of yell at the screen. I have no idea why, thinking that you can't hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know. Hey, Huey. Hey, Alan. Hey, Big Al. This is Andrew Vaughn, Janie, hello. I know, always yelling at the screen, and I lose my voice. I wonder why. Hey, Patrick, how's New Mexico? All right, let me read really quickly Psalm 50, and then we'll get started. Thank you for sharing. Good morning, Big somebody. Big Ron. Hey, how are you? I just realized you don't have the mic anymore. Well, I do. It's over here, so don't get envious. It's still here. You're headed to California? Alan, that's good. Hey, Cully. All right, so the Mighty One, this is Psalm 50. The Mighty One, God the Lord, has spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun to its going down. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty. God will shine forth. Our God shall come and shall not keep silent. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous all around him. He shall call to the heavens from above and to the earth, that he may judge his people. Gather my saints together to me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Let the heavens declare his righteousness, for God himself is judge. Amen. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Teresa. How's everybody? Good morning, Robin. Good to see you. New Mexico is out of control death threats to Judge Bacchus. Huh. I just scheduled a date to do a hymn sing at a local rehab hospital. I'm going to play piano. That's wonderful, KB. Gosh, I forget your. Is it? Oh, why can't I remember your names? I don't know. If you came in here every day, I promise you I could remember your names. Carol. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Please don't be insulted by my not knowing your name. How are you? Groovy here. Hi, everyone. The judge that released the 5 Muslims. Oh, wow. Yeah, and one of those 5 Muslims that was released, they found out that she had been living in the United States illegally for 20 years. Oh, KBK is your daughter, Kelly. Okay. See, I never associate KBK with Carol because of that. Hey, Carmen. Renee, good to see you. But please, just keep reminding me. And Carol, please keep coming back. We love having you here. And one of these days, if you're a real regular, I will remember your name, I promise you, from Haiti. Oh, wow. Thanks, Carol. How you doing, Danielle? Good to see you. Cully left. Cully, where'd you go? There's Cully. Cully's back. Good morning. All right, so let's talk about, there's a lot to talk about. My gosh, a ton. Aretha Franklin has passed away. God rest her soul. ICE picked up those people. Yep. Well, they picked up, yes, they did. And they are definitely going to try to deport her. Aretha Franklin, one of my favorite things with her was when she, hey, good morning, Jack, when she was in, much respect for Aretha. Yes. Hey, Lori, good morning. When she was in the Blues Brothers. I loved her in the Blues Brother. You Better Think, that song. Very sad about Aretha. Well, Aretha, I don't know how old she was, but she lives, I think she lived a pretty good life. But yeah, Blues Brothers was one of my most favorite. Now, 76, wow. Well, yeah, that's, okay. Wish she had been older, but that's pretty good, I guess. But she's hopefully in a better place now. That would be nice. Um, a full life, yes. I wanted to talk a little bit about, especially for those people that are in Florida, South Florida. I was listening to Dennis Michael Lynch this morning, and everybody remembers, of course, the Parkland, pancreatic cancer. Oh, that's terrible, Danielle. Um, when Parkland shooting, there was a young woman or young girl. She was, I think, maybe 14. Meadow Pollock, who died, was one of the people that got killed. Apparently, her father is one of the people that are he is going gangbusters after that school district. He wants to get rid of the school attendant down there. I think his name is Ronson. He thinks that the schools are not going to improve unless they get the superintendent out. Dennis Michael Lynch is asking people to go and volunteer and help him get this done. If I were in Florida, if I were in South Florida, I would absolutely be down there and helping out. He's going to be at different places, somewhere around the end of August, like the 26th, 27th, and 28th, handing out flyers, trying to get this guy, I think his name is Menendez, who is a father of one of the girls that also was killed that day. And he wants him to get elected to the school board, as superintendent, to get this Ronson guy out. Hey, Jerry, if you're interested in at all, or if you know anybody in South Florida who wants to help out, all they have to do is either go to DennisMichaelLynch.com, and you'll probably see the information, or send an email with your name and phone number to wetrustdml@gmail.com, and he will forward that information to the dad. Get rid of the Sheriff Israel, too. I know. I don't know why he's still there. But DML was talking this morning. This was really disturbing, and I didn't hear exactly who it was, but there was a guy that worked at the school, an adult, who was hitting on his daughter. Broward schools are corrupt. I taught there before going to Palm Beach schools. Wow. Wow, Bob, that's amazing. So there was a guy, an adult, in the school that was hitting on Meadow Pollock. And the dad didn't know anything about it. He was divorced from his ex-wife, and he didn't know that this guy was hitting on his daughter. And she would have to go out of her way to go to another way to class to avoid this guy. When she died, the dad found out that this happened, and the dad was instrumental in going to the school and saying, you need to get rid of this guy and get rid of him right now. And they did. They got rid of him. But there's other things going on, I guess, there that, people are just now finding things out. But the biggest thing is they want to get that superintendent of the schools out. And he is doing everything that he can. That's the Marjorie, the one where the shooting happened, Jerry. But the superintendent, this is the Parkland school shooting I'm talking about. So if you're in South Florida, Jerry, and if you weren't here, if you want to help out, yes, Parkland High School. If you want to help out in trying to get the superintendent out and getting this guy, whose last name is Menendez, who was a father of one of those that were Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, yeah. A father of one of the kids that was killed at the school that day. He's running for the superintendent position. If you want to help get them out, Jerry, the dad, Pollock, good morning, Lee, Meadow Pollock's father could use your help. On the 26th, 28th, 26th and 28th of August, and maybe even beforehand, handing out flyers, telling people about who the superintendent is, who this new person is. Hey, Noel, why they want this change. If you want to help, just send an email with your email address, name, and telephone number to wetrustdml@gmail.com. He will forward that information on to Mr. Pollock, and they will call you. DML said that your information is not going to be sold or anything else, but that they're going to need your help and get out there and get the word out about these people. If I were down there, honestly, I would do everything that I could to help out, because he's right. If you don't get this person out, this is going to happen again. That nothing changed in that school, really. It's We Trust DML at gmail.com. And if you forget that, just go to Dennis Michael Lynch, go to the website, you'll probably find it. Praying that he gets all the help he needs. I know, Robin. He's also filed a lawsuit. He's going to go after anybody and everybody that he has to. Also, Dennis Michael Lynch was saying something that was very sad on the day that his daughter was killed. I guess the shooter went to the first floor, started shooting people, went to the second floor, didn't find anybody, went to the third floor. His daughter, Meadow, was supposedly outside of the classroom, tried to get back in, but they had locked the doors, closed the doors, because, that's what the teachers were told to do, so she couldn't get back in. So some kids were caught in the hallway. She got shot supposedly 4 times by the shooter, fell down, crawled to a freshman, put her body over the freshman to try to save the freshman. And according to what DML said, the shooter, hey Teresa, went up to Meadow, shot her, I believe it was 5 more times at point blank range, shot through her, killed her, and the freshman underneath her. Absolutely, I just get goosebumps thinking about how horrible that is. Hey Teresa, good morning. I know, and so again, I don't even want to imagine, and I can't imagine. I can't put myself in that father's shoes about what happened and the loss of his daughter and how that has impacted his entire life. But if you know anybody in South Florida, anybody that can help out and help get the word out to get that superintendent out, and you want to help, please, hey Frankie, please go ahead and write wetrustdml@gmail.com. Give them your name, your phone number, and they will call you to try to get you to tell you where to hand out the flyers, tell you how to tell people about what's going on and why that superintendent needs to go. Thank you for the super hearts, Frankie. I really appreciate it. But I think it's a worthy cause, and again, if I were anywhere near Florida, I would be doing that. Another thing, this is not breaking news, but it should be of no surprise to you. There is a rise in the cases of measles that we are starting to see. Guess where they could be coming from? You'll never hear that in the news, but all these people that are coming across every day and coming into our country, we had measles pretty much, under control. So that would be my first sort of obvious guess, is that's where the measles are coming from, and these people are coming into the schools. Yes, Carol, the people are coming into the school now, and that's people are now getting measles. Carmen's asking for prayers for her sister. Her chemotherapy starts today, so please pray for Cindy. The superintendent is black and crying racism against the people, saying he needs to go. Unbelievable, Bob. Unbelievable. I'm telling you, anybody who would use their skin color and knowing that that's not, the guy could be whatever, he could be purple, and the people would want him out. Obviously, he's not keeping the children safe. He's not done anything different from what I'm hearing. And he had all of these people working there, and the one hitting on it like a 14-year-old girl as an adult, letting that stuff go on, is crazy. Robin is praying for your sister Carmen, and we hope that chemotherapy goes so well for her and that she is healed completely. I remember my doctor telling my mom I needed a measles shot, and she said no, and I had measles a week later. I know, Carol, I got a German measles shot when I was in school, and I remember it was like this gun type thing, and they kept telling you, don't move, it could like rip your arm off if you did. So I'm at least have German measles. That would have been around 65 to 66. I don't know. I don't remember, Carol. You mean when yours, I guess? Thank you. She's in Texas without any family. Her mom is frazzled. Yep. Geez, yeah, Carol says she's old. Yeah, so anyway, a lot happening. So if you have grandkids, kids are coming home with measles, new diseases, It wouldn't surprise me to someday see polio. Isn't polio coming back, or they've seen new cases of polio when it was eradicated? I mean, I don't know. That's when you get people coming into your country and staying that don't have the same inoculations that we do. That's what you get. We survived measles, mumps, chickenpox, and smallpox shots. Yes, a lot of shots, Carol. A lot of shots. Um, Now, I don't know if you heard about this, but an ISIS member, yeah, that's the vaccine put in sugar, right? Lead, that was, I guess that was smallpox. There was also a shot that you got. It was a round circle that you got. I think, was that polio? I don't know. My gosh, I don't know. But it was a round circle. You got that. Smallpox was the shot. And then, polio was the sugar. No, polio was the sugar. TB, I think, Frank. Yeah, polio is a liquid. They put a drop on the sugar cube and gave you a sugar cube to eat. And what's so funny is that when they put that on the sugar cube, they never watched to see if you ate it. They just gave it to you and you kind of walked on. You never got the polio thing. Yeah. Yeah, they gave a lot of shots, though. A lot of shots. I remember one shot that I got once that was so needed. And that was when my brothers and I decided that we were going to go play Tarzan and Jane. And we went out all day. We took an axe with us. Children with an axe. And we cut the vine from the tree, swung on that all day long. And came out, started itching, and then got totally covered with poison oak, poison ivy, whatever on the vine, and we had to take shots to keep it out of our bloodstream. That was unbelievably bad. I don't know, Carol, if kids didn't get autism back then, or they just didn't recognize what autism was back then, and so they didn't know. I don't know. TB1 happened around 13. Boy, that hurt. Oh, around 13, huh? Yeah, we didn't get TB shots. I remember getting lots of shots, but not what they were, just needles. Yeah, a lot of shots. They gave kids. Now they're giving them to babies, I guess. And so to me, that's even worse, giving them to babies. I had smallpox shot 3 times, never got the scab. Wow. TB1. Gosh, we have a box today. You never saw kids that had autism. Anthrax vaccine wasn't fun. Didn't have that. Isn't autism the new word for retardation? No. Autism is not, I mean, if you've ever been around kids with autism, it's totally different. They're very high functioning kids with autism. They're quite brilliant, actually. I don't know what's causing autism. I have no idea. We had those TB test shots that were like 4 little prongs. Yeah, we had I didn't have it until I became a therapist working in the schools. And then, we had to have TB tests. Autistic kids are very smart. Yes, they are. I've worked with them, and they are very smart. Sometimes smarter than the average person. We're back from camping. Had a fantastic time with our nieces, and it's great to see you, Monique. Glad you're back. I'm sure you're going to go camping any day now. Make us all jealous once again. So, but I'm glad you're back. I have a cousin with autism, and he's amazing. Yeah. A lot of times with autism, I don't know if you, and this doesn't apply to everyone, but a lot of kids that are autistic, they gave an example of some of them, like what their lives are like. And if you're sitting on a couch, let's say holding hands with somebody, and there's a lot of other things going on the couch, there's people sitting there, people standing there, the child that has autism will just focus in maybe on the hand holding. So they're very detail oriented and kind of just hone in on the very small details that a lot of people wouldn't even see. But they're very brilliant, a lot of them, very bright minds. They, a lot of times, aren't socially adapt. They just don't know how to go up and shake hands and say hi. And that's one of the things, we're used to putting on our hands and saying hello. But you do that to somebody that has, not everybody with autism, but some people with autism, they really don't know what to do. It's not something that they do socially. And so you have to kind of adjust to that. to know that it's not anything personal. It's just what they do. Yeah, like Asperger's. Yes, it's a form of autism. Asperger's, same thing. But they're great people. I worked with them in the middle school, high school, and some of the things their brains go to, whoo, it's almost like, way high IQ. Like, don't cut their hamburgers. Wayne, that's a problem if you do that, okay? That's not autism. That's your own issue, Wayne. My cousin works in the sound booth in his church, and he's so outgoing. Yeah, you learn how to do that a lot of times, Robin, if you have autism. You have to kind of be taught that that's the appropriate thing to do. They should be fine in today's society. No one talks to each other. Yeah, they were doing video games and other stuff and communicating way before everybody else was. So they're pretty adept with anything technical. They know how to do it. Okay, so an ISIS member was arrested in Sacramento yesterday. The hamburger is broken if cut. Well, and that's, Wayne, we're going to teach you not to cut your hamburger. If that's what you're doing, that's so inappropriate, so wrong, you're going to have to stop. So we're going to teach you. We'll have private lessons. We'll have private scopes to teach you not to cut the hamburger. And maybe we'll invite other people in to help support you as you go through the Don't Cut Your Hamburger classes. So anyway, the ISIS member was, and I don't know, are you hearing about this? I was arrested in Sacramento. He was alleged to have killed Iraqi police officers in 2014. His name is Omar Abdul Sattar, something like that. Court documents say he was a terrorist and leader of Al-Qaeda forces that captured and executed soldiers. You're too patient, Susan. Actually, Carol, I'm not a patient person at all. I've learned to be a little bit more patient, but I'm not patient. This Omar arrived in Turkey in April 2012 to begin the process of seeking asylum and in the United States, and lied about his background, saying his father had been killed because he cooperated with U.S. forces, when the truth was that his father died in 2010 on Christmas Day because of a cerebral clot. So he lied. And this was under the Obama administration. He was approved to come to the United States in June of 2014, but instead, I need all the help I can get some days. That's okay, Wayne. We're here to help. He returned to Iraq and committed murder in Iraq, allegedly. 2 weeks later, he came to the United States. So we had approved him. He was just, instead of coming directly to the United States, like, I'll take a little trip, got to kill a few people, and then I'll go to the United States because I know that I have asylum with the United States. His first job in the United States, he was a truck driver in Utah at a thrift store. Members of Al-Qaeda in Iraq and ISIS since at least 2004. So he was a member since 2000. Hey, Brandon, Dim's response to stuff coming from Obama era. He's not president anymore. Exactly, Brandon. He didn't do anything wrong because he's no longer president. How's the new job, Brandon? I just noticed my name is on your calendar at the bottom of the screen. Well, I think yes, it is, it says calendar, doesn't it? Or wait, what does it say? Carol? Oh, it says Carolina. There you go. Yeah, it's Carolina. So he was involved in killing people, involved in Al-Qaeda, involved in Iraq and ISIS. Yes, Brandon got a new job, Danielle. He's at the job today, I think. My first day isn't until the 28th. Okay. Orientation is the 27th. Perfect. So in 2004, and then when he got approved in 2014, they found nothing else. They found nothing out about that. Now, I don't know if you remember, but they said way back then, under Obama, they said, we can't vet these people. Oh, you had to get shots this week? Great. So they were coming out and saying, we can't properly vet these people. We don't have the ability to do it. They don't have the correct documents. They lie. And so guess what? I guess they were right. But we let them in. and he's participated in numerous acts of violence, according to the FBI. So there you go. There's another person in California, in Sacramento, being arrested, and I saw where he was arrested, and it may have been the same apartments that I used to live in when I was going to law school there. Hey, Sherry. Good morning. Never heard about this ISIS guy. I'm sure they are all over this country. Oh, Robin. Oh, Robin. They are everywhere, but you're not allowed to talk about it, because if you're talking about it on Facebook or otherwise, then they're going to take you down like they did with Laura Loomer. You're not allowed to talk about ISIS training camps or ISIS terrorists or anybody like that in the United States. That's a no-no. We can't talk about that. Hey, Supreme, it's your first day on Periscope. Welcome. So, again, mainstream media, they're out today with the hashtag free press because they've written over 300 editorials on how the president is not allowing them to have a free press, that he's assaulting them every day. Again, they just don't get that the president said that fake news is enemy of the people. They don't want to hear that. They want it to be that President Trump said that about everybody. He didn't. Let him take me down. No loss to me. I know. There you go, Robin. So they don't get it, but they're little editorials. Yep. Oh, media sucks, Daniel said. Yep. ISIS are like fire ants, what Carmen said. The left backs everything bad and harmful. Yes. That's pretty much true. Getting more and more so true. Hey, Lily. Good to see you on your first day of Periscope. I just think it's free press equals their viewpoint only. That's right. And you should have seen all the comments. Oh, thank you so much for writing these. Yes, we have to stand up for the press. Thank you, press. You're so wonderful. And they listed all the names like Jim Acosta and April Ryan and all the people. Oh, thank you for what you've done. Oh my gosh. It's like, is it Friday yet? Can we get over it? Can you free press people just kind of move on? Nobody's harmed free press. Here's if you want to worry about free press, let me tell you. Talk to Daphne Campbell. We talked about her yesterday, how she called the police on 2 reporters. Okay, she's a Democrat. I don't see her name associated with free press today, and I don't see anybody or hear anybody talking about Daphne Campbell in Florida. Nor do I hear anybody talking about Bill de Blasio, who basically sat there and watched as the NYPD security took a reporter out for asking de Blasio, what did you think about what we wrote about you, which is saying that you're with a bunch of lobbyists and, not so good. Oh, but that's okay because they were Democrats. And when you're a Democrat, you can pick and choose when you want a reporter to have free press or not. And if you remove that reporter, well, that's okay. We know that you meant well, so it's all right. Nobody has harmed the liars. That's right, Robin. Nobody. But nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about. Have you noticed, like Keith Ellison? How much have you heard about Keith Ellison in the mainstream media? Didn't Antifa attack the media at the Unite for Right rally? I think they did. They attacked just about everybody. What about what Cuomo said? Well, that's not, that hasn't have anything to do with free press. But yes, Governor Cuomo said, you know what? Make America great again. America was never that great. Now, I think he was channeling Michelle Obama just a little bit there. But from what I understand, that like everybody there just kind of gasped. They couldn't believe that he said that. And then, of course, later on, oh boy, let's try to walk that one back a little. I really didn't mean exactly. I was misquoted. Hey, Alexis. I mean, come on. It was Michelle all over. America has never been that great. Get out. There's the door. Unbelievable. And people keep voting him back in. I'm sure he'll be voted back in. Far left groups attack media and they don't cover it. Yep. Only the mentally ill believe in socialism. That's true. Supreme. Business kept me late. Barbara, don't be making money when you could be here. Like they voted for Ellison. Yes, like they voted for Ellison. To make him an AG, a guy, hey, Barbara, a guy who is being accused of having, physically assaulted his ex-girlfriend. His dad probably rolled over in his grave. Yep, Trump let thousands. No, Trump didn't let thousands die in Puerto Rico. What happened in Puerto Rico is that you had people in Puerto Rico, probably I would say some in the government, who took everything. They found things that weren't handed out. They just kept that because why? Because they're corrupt. Yeah, it's a troll. So, Robert, go back and troll back in your basement. Instead of roll back in your basement, go troll back in your basement. You had a corrupt government and electric company there. Yep. Yeah, all of a sudden, Puerto Rico's problems. Oh, Puerto Rico, they were never corrupt. They never had those issues. And, yeah, they just had a corrupt government that reared its ugly head and crawled out of the swamp. That idiot woman in PR let them. Yeah, Puerto Rico. Yep. Aid was sent, not distributed as necessary. You are a moron, Lewis said. Yep. And that's true. I think he's more than a moron, he's a troll. But, you know, he knew that when he walked in here. When he trolled in here. So, all right, so let's... Oh, if you would, we're at the halfway point. If you would please retweet, that would be great. They let food and supplies sit. Yes, they did. Bye, Zab. Go back to your basement. And he's gone. Woo! So, thank you for inviting people. Aid is still rotting in storage facilities in Puerto Rico to this day. Yep. She was arrested for fraud, Beck said. Love you, Susan. Thank you, Alexis. Wish I had time and energy to troll. I know, Carol. You know, it takes a lot of energy just to try to get the truth out there. And then you got to go make up lies and troll people. That's like extra added work. They always use I was misquoted when they're caught. I know, Robin. I know. It's so funny. Cuomo especially, the Democrats. People in Puerto Rico need to rise up and fix their problems. Well, Barbara, you know why they don't? Because they've lived so long on the government teat that they don't know how to do that. There are great people in Puerto Rico, and I think probably some of the great people got out because they said, here's our opportunity to get out. Let me get the heck away from here. Yep, they are fleeing. And they should fix it. They should help themselves, but they need to get out of their government, worse than rhinos. Get them out, vote in good people. But, you know, when you're corrupt, you know, it's going to take a lot of time to right that ship down there. And nobody seems to want to discuss that, because if you discuss it, then you are, you know, whatever phobic that you could be. All right, so back in the news, and I have this at SusanKnowles.com. We needed to set them free and quit throwing money out. Yeah, Barbara, which is what Obama was doing, I think, for the past 8 years, when he did throw them a bone. But nobody wants to talk about that, because under Obama they were just fine. You know, they were just fine in that their corrupt government wasn't telling anybody about how corrupt the government was, and it wasn't obvious until they got money and then misappropriated everything because they didn't want to use it correctly. So back in the news again is the Colorado baker, and if you go to SusanKnowles.com, you'll see the information there about the Colorado baker. This is the same Colorado. Yeah, she's gone, Barbara. She's out. This is the same Colorado baker in the Masterpiece Cake Shop. Now, this is the one that refused to make a cake for a same-sex couple because it went against his religious beliefs. Justice Kennedy, writing the majority, basically said, you know, you can't, the commission, the Colorado Civil Rights Commission, can't ignore the baker's religious beliefs. Well, so we had another woman, attorney, who basically called the same bakery. I guess there's only one bakery in this whole town, and maybe even only one bakery in the whole state of Colorado. So they called the Masterpiece Cake Shop, and she said, I want a cake, and I want it to be blue on the outside, pink on the inside. Okay, no problem. They're like, no, not a problem. Oh, but wait. The reason I want this cake baked is because it represents me and my transition, in my transgender transition. And they said, supposedly, I'm sorry, we can't bake the cake because it's against our religious beliefs. And hang up a phone, conversation ended. Except the fact the woman calls back and talks to another person, says the exact same thing, gets to the end, and the reason that I want this cake is because of my transitioning. And they're like, well, sorry, no can do, religious beliefs. So what happens? But the Colorado Civil Rights Commission files a complaint against him, finds that the bakery violated the civil rights of the attorney transgender that called in and wanting the cake. So the baker feels that he is being absolutely unconstitutionally bullied and punished by the Civil Rights Commission, to the point of they're not going to be satisfied until he is totally out of business, totally gone. Are there not other bakers in the area? Go someplace else. They are fishing for stuff now. Yeah, and that's kind of like they think this attorney's, of course, is doing this to, gain notoriety, gain money, get rid of this, get rid of the baker, bankrupting him. That's right, Marlene. And I think it's bullying. Now, he's only asked for $100,000, probably because he wanted to be fair. If I lived near there, I'd buy all my baked goods there. I would too, Lori. And so he's only suing for about $100,000. Hey, zippity doo dah, order the cake and stop your mouth. My business, and I refuse to serve anyone I like. Barbara said. See, because if the person had just said, look, I want a cake, blue on the outside, pink on the inside. Okay, no problem. Come pick it up tomorrow. Yep, another scooper lost their business because they are Trump supporters. Scoper. No shirt, no shoes, no service. Not anymore. Especially not in California. But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Why is it so pathetically urgent for them to mention or even remotely talk about their sexual identity? It's absolutely disgusting and disturbing, Monique said. Wonder if they have an online shop. I don't know. Oh, another scoper. Who was that, Beck? The thing of it is, it's like, if you want a cake, blue on the outside, pink on the inside, just say, I want a blue cake, on the outside, pink on the inside. Let it go. Go pick up your cake. Oh, never heard of her. But when you want to make a point, and when you want to drive your point home, that's what you do it. Thank you, Super Hearts. Love life for more. So government has authority to force private human being to work. Well, the thing of it is that governor there in the state of Colorado, Hinkleberg, I can't even pronounce his name. Apparently what happened was, after the Supreme Court ruling came down, he was heard saying at a picnic or rally for LGBT that it didn't matter. That it didn't matter what the Supreme Court said. He was still going to go after these people. So he may be in some hot water. He's named in the lawsuit as well. I don't care what these people think, meaning, what the government thinks. You can't say stuff like that. You have to follow the law like everyone else. Yeah, Steven Crowder went in. Yeah, they didn't give him the cake in a Muslim bakery. I rather agree, bake the cake but say nothing and tell them cannot control the spit in. Exactly, Barbara. If bakery ships, I'd buy online. We all should. That's great. Betty Crocker and food colors. There you go, Wayne. Just said, good morning, my lovely Sue. Sad to hear about the Queen of Soul. Although she had left leanings politically, all other news has stopped, even about what the priest did. Oh, yeah, Josette. Now we've got something for the Democrats to dwell on for a few days. If bakery, let's see, seems like they are purposely going after Christian bakers. And Brandon, in this case, they're purposely going after the one Christian baker. It's like, okay, buddy, you think that everything was okay after the Supreme Court came out on your side. We'll show you. It's always some kind of distraction, love lies. Yeah, it is. Exactly. Well, they have to have distraction away from the real news, away from people like Ellison, other things that are happening they don't want you to know about. Apparently, and thank God I didn't hear this. It would have thrown up. Today, the King of Rock and Roll died 1977. Today, the Queen of Soul. Wow. On the same day? Guess that's right, huh? bake it at home yourself. Or Wayne, just ask somebody for a dang cake with blue on the outside, pink on the inside. Wow, zippity doo dah, that's pretty amazing. I guess we no longer have a free economy. Nope. Wow, same day. That's amazing. Elvis Presley and Aretha Franklin died on the same day. Wow. That's pretty remarkable. Frozen can only see comments. Might have to go out and come back in, Barbara. I wanted to. We talked about this too, making music in heaven. Yeah, no kidding. What a jam session that would be, zippity doo dah. I mean, Aretha Franklin could sing, and so could Elvis. I mean, they, or as they say, they could sing. They didn't just sing; they could sing, and they were amazing. I wanted to tell you exactly what Cuomo said. We talked about this a minute ago. Houston, oh yeah, Whitney Houston, and without Bobby Brown. Oh, before I get to that, I wanted to tell you that Shepard Smith supposedly. You're back, yay, Barbara. Hey, Jules. God-given talent. Oh, absolutely, Carmen, in every way. Shepard Smith came out yesterday and tried to debunk that whole thing about Brennan and the dossier, saying that's not how it got started. It was all about George Papadopoulos. I want Shepard Smith to just get out, go over to CNN where you belong, and when he comes on, I just click it off. I can't even take 2 seconds as Shepard Smith. I wish Shepard Smith would move anywhere. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't hear it. I just show the facts, Shep. Shep doesn't need facts. Shep says it, you're supposed to believe it. Yeah, me too, Susan. Marlene said, yep. Oops, meant the baker, not tick. Elvis was a drug addict. He could sing, but he was a hot mess. Yeah, I think he got worse and worse, Robin. He had a lot of paranoia problems, it seems like. I do not listen to him at all. Yeah, me either, Barbara. The baker should have told that possessed demon that they don't have the same expertise to meet their needs. Yeah, he is creepy. Yeah, he is pretty creepy, truth. I thought you were saying Shep came out. Oh, no. Shep came out a long time ago. That's like old news, you know. Fox allows Shep to mislead the people. Keep that in mind. That's right. You know, and Jules, the sad thing is that Fox News is really, it's rapidly going to the left. Rapidly. We should go to Leftist Bakery and ask for an anti-abortion cake. Brandon said. That's true. Yeah. You know, if I went somewhere and I said, I want a wedding cake made, and they're like, I don't believe in marriage and I don't believe in God, I'm getting myself out of that bakery and thanking my lucky stars that they didn't make my cake. Let's see. News to You one says, vote red unless you want Putin to be running the show. Thank you, News to You, and we'll see you later. Go back to your basement. Now, Fox tries to play both sides. Yep. You all should check out Pastor Bob Royce. He sounds just like Elvis. Well, why did he have to come out? We already knew. Exactly, Barbara. Yeah, it's like if you're going to come in here and you're going to say things that are opposed to the president in our country, then I will read your quote and your post, but it's going to be my version of what you said. And everybody here will know what they said, but I'm going to make it what you should have said but didn't. And that's why you're no longer here. So, I don't understand people going into scopes and doing that either. You know, like, come on. It'll be your exit song, Jerry said. That's right. Bye-bye. Yep. Bye-bye, newsboy, whoever you were. Let's see. We love it. They are paid. Yep. Yeah. Take charge. There you go, Truth. Got to do that, Truth Watcher. It's like, this is my scope. You want to do your own scope, you can do whatever you want. You can kick me out. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But this is my scope. We're not going to disparage the president in here and speak crap about America. Oh, that one's about to. Okay, thank you. As you probably all know, Brennan had his security clearance revoked yesterday. Communist Brennan, I should say. Thankfully, that's great. They're also looking into taking away Rice, Clapper, McCabe, Strzok, and probably some other people's security clearance. They did have a great question for Sarah yesterday. Why does Bruce Orr, why is he still got a security clearance? It's something on the order of that. That would be my question too. I think Bruce Orr's days are numbered there as well. Patriotism is under attack for sure. Brandon, no, the definition of patriotism has changed. Now if you're on the left, you're a patriot, and if you're on the right, you're not a patriot. The definition has changed. Joseph said, yes, my Sue, kick him out. Yep, he's gone. Monique said, I cannot stand Shep. Never knew anything about his sexuality until last year, but his lies were so blatantly repulsive, I couldn't take another minute of his lies. Exactly. They make it about white privilege, Brandon said. Yeah, they just make it about, like, if you're on the left, you're a patriot. If you're on the right, you're an enemy of the state. Love you all. Gotta go. Okay, Carmen, have a good one. America is the winner here. You're so right, Wong. America is the winner here. Now, I something that happened that was kind of weird in the Manafort trial. I don't think I've ever seen this. He's so Wong. I can't even listen to Shep's voice. I can't either. I can't either. Lynn, it's just he says one word and I have to turn it off. I try to get there and turn it off before then. Because it's just, oh. Okay, the Manafort trial. I have never seen a case. I've heard of it once or twice. It's so odd, out of the ordinary. I've never seen where the defense rested without calling a single witness and putting in any evidence. Manafort trial is a circus. Yes, it has been. That's totally unusual. And during his closing, they basically said that Mueller was desperate and suggests that the prosecution was improper. It is now in the hands of the jury. Now, I don't know if the reason that they didn't present any evidence is because they felt like, number one, you don't want to open up any doors and have a cross-examination by the prosecutors. They didn't want to give them any ability to do that, and so they just decided not to bring any evidence forward. They also had gone over Gates and had questioned him during when the prosecution had him, so they had done a cross-examination on him as well, and maybe felt that they got all the information out that they needed to at the time. Also, it could be that they think that the judge is kind of on their side a little bit because of the fact that he's been so vocal against the prosecution. I wouldn't bank on that, but you just never know. So it's going to be, and also, number four, they could believe that the prosecution has not proven fraud, and they don't want to give them any ability with what they're going to say to try to prove fraud. Wasn't this also some cover before in another trial? It doesn't matter, Jerry. They would have to present that evidence in this same trial for it to be used, or whatever. This is what Rosenstein, he did an investigation a long time ago. It wasn't, I don't think he was tried, Danielle. He was investigated by Rosenstein, and there was nothing else to be found. Nothing that Rosenstein felt was a problem. Rosenstein, whatever. The senator who spoke about Congresswoman Black should jump off some bridge, Juan defended him out. Wow. Yeah, Marsha Blackburn, the Democrat, said she should jump off a bridge or some sort of ridiculous stuff. I still want to know where are all the Democrats saying that Ellison should resign? Where are they? I'm still waiting. Nancy, where are you? Nancy, Chuck, where are you? Nobody. It's like you could hear a pin drop. Nobody has said anything about Ellison. They still have their social media accounts. I don't know. Jerry said under rocks, nowhere to be found. Right, nowhere to be found. It's just nothing ever happened. My thing is, I think the woman and her son should release the video in full and then turn it over to the news media. Their heads are turned. Hey, Danelle, how are you? Yes, Susan, when the story came out, there was a video. Yeah, Barbara, I know. And I don't know if it was, if somebody authenticated it and saying this is the video, or if it was in full, or what the case would be. But I say, turn the video out yourself. That was late night showing, of course. Turn the video, get it out there in social media, put it on Facebook, Twitter, and everywhere else, and then turn it over to the news. I would turn it over to the police as well, but she probably won't. She won't file anything against him for that. But let's let everybody see it. I mean, if you're going to talk about it, you have a video. Let's see it, because I think, and again, let's make sure this is an unedited version of the video. Everybody else calls for the videos to be put out there these days. Nobody's waiting for the jury trial anymore, which, I think there should be that way, but we're not. That's not what we're doing anymore. So if you're going to do it for one, then you got to do it for everybody else. Get it out there. Let's see what we got, and then let the public make the decision. And in the meantime, why aren't we talking about, as a congressman, he's still a congressman, why isn't anybody stepping up and saying he should resign? There should be an ethics investigation. There should be X, Y, and Z. Nobody's doing any of that. There was a 911 call from Amy Lady, saw the document. Yeah, I saw that. Roy Moore ousted without a video. That's exactly right, Lori. Ellison is named. She was in a satin gown, and he was yanking her leg, and he was hanging on to she was hanging on to the bed, trying not to fall. I agree, Danelle said. Yeah. Juan also said that Ellison did is overblown, nothing to see there. Yeah, Juan. See, Juan's another person, I don't even want to hear his name. That guy can he can look at something and see that it's green and will say that it's red. Looked like it was a hidden camera or through a half-open door, Barbara said. Maybe she had one of those cameras in the room or something. I don't know. Where's the women's group? Yeah, exactly. Well, she's a Democrat, so... Or he's a Democrat. She probably is, too. They're not going to talk about that. Yeah, where are the women's group? The Sierra Club I think she's a member of the Sierra Club. The Sierra Club came out, and they are supporting her. But that's all I've seen. I haven't seen Now come out. I haven't seen, any... I haven't seen Alyssa Milano in her little Me Too everything. Where's she? And you know exactly why they're not coming out. One, he's Muslim. Two, he's a Democrat. Linda Sarsour. Yeah, where's Linda? Linda's not going to say a darn thing about it. And she's not going to even give her a pink hat to wear. Now, let's see. Lindsey Graham, believe it or not, calls for a special counsel to investigate FBI's handling of the Hillary Clinton emails. The tree huggers care. That's amazing. I know. Only because I think she's a member of their group, Marlene. Milano is a cat's meow. No, Milano is a cat's part, but I don't think it's the meow. Judd, Madonna, Rosie, yeah. Very quiet. Yes. No, they're not just very quiet. They're totally silent. He wants a handling of the investigation of the FBI's handling of the Hillary Clinton emails and the FISA warrant. He said, my question is, where was he before? It's now wrong to critique certain people based on religion except Christians. Exactly. Barbara said, watch Gloria Allred will show up. I doubt it. Graham actually doing his job, for once, Brandon. She worked for Sierra Club. Yes, Charlie. I knew she was associated with Sierra Club, and that's why they're standing behind her. And he's saying that they were... Graham is saying that the FBI was corrupt to the core in what they did with the Hillary Clinton investigation, and said the FBI was in the tank for Hillary, and the FISA warrant process was abused. Again, don't you recall Lindsey Graham saying about a month or so ago that that there was nothing to see here, that the FBI was great, everybody else was great. I know Trey Gowdy did, but I kind of remember Graham kind of saying the same thing. These people are really late to the party. Where have you been? Why weren't you saying this in the very beginning? Yeah, CYA. That's right, Noel. Like, I got an election coming up sometime soon. Let's make it a bad thing to question. Yeah. He should have been out there in the very beginning calling for Mueller to step down. Mueller, who is about as conflicted and perhaps corrupt as they come. A lot of information on Mueller that needs to come out. And I hope that the president, somebody starts leaking information on him. Robin said, I'm sick of them wasting our money on investigations that go nowhere. Josette said, just like the 5 Muslims they caught in the case with the children, Juan kind of felt sorry because they were black and Muslim. Unbelievable. Because we are winning and now they want on the train, lock them out. Exactly, Barbara. MSM makes it seem like the government cannot be corrupt. Only now, though, Brandon. I mean, MSM protected Obama, and so his government, in their eyes, was never corrupt. In their eyes, yeah. I read yesterday, too, that, like, I think the final count was like 76 people overdosed in a Connecticut park in one day. Did you guys see that? They have made an arrest, so I don't know if they were trying to kill people or what. Obama is their government. That's right, Barbara. I don't know who laced with what, but that's amazing. Why aren't they questioning the integrity of the FISA judges? In my opinion, they should be looked into as well. Well, Monique, the FISA judges, if they didn't have the information, they didn't do anything wrong. I was so hoping they were going to strip Obama's security clearance. That could happen. Very doubtful, Marlene. Don't think it's ever been done. Imagine a world when government is aligned with tech, social media industry. Oh, thank God, no. Oh, my goodness, Donnell said. Some laced marijuana. Wow. 76 is a good number. They gave them hot dose. Why is that a good number, Wong? Yes, I heard that, how crazy we're going to flip Connecticut. Yeah, hopefully. Carmen got a phone call. They gave it out free to homeless, too, laced marijuana. Wow. Unbelievable. That was probably synthetic marijuana. You know, I mean, was it purposeful? Did they want to kill these people? Were they trying to kill people? What was going on? Pretty sickening. Unbelievable. It's called Spice or K2, yeah. We don't know, yeah. Well, hopefully that person will find out. Yeah, Spice is getting to be a real problem. I think it's a less prevalent. Looks like Connecticut might get a Republican governor. Good. They need one. California needs one more than anybody. The stupid governor, the Democrat running here, Gavin Newsom, is trying to think about bringing in a Obamacare type medical care for California. People are like, okay, Newsom, and how are you going to pay for it? Not that he cares. It's like how we pay for everything else. You just get money more off the people and pay for illegals and medical care and anything else that you want. Bullet train, you know, go for it. The loss of GE to Massachusetts hurt Connecticut governor. Wow. Why? And it should have, Brandon. It should have. Now, the Sacramento Bee, they referred to that in the Free Beacon as like a major newspaper. It really isn't, but, you know, it's Sacramento's newspaper. What's up with the fires? A lot of them being set by people who follow a certain alphabet, some of them. I feel so sorry for the people of California. Not all of them are idiots. Thank you, Danielle. I count myself as not one of the idiots. But in Sacramento, the editors of the Sacramento Bee, sent into Venezuela, there you go, calls for Nancy Pelosi not to seek the speakership. They're asking, that's why high taxes due to how many companies in California moved due to this problem. I know, Brandon. Liberal rag, Charlie said. Yeah. Well, they're asking for Nancy not to seek the speakership. And they're asking her to go out right now and declare that she's not going to do it. They said the Democrat Party can't be seen as the party of Nancy Pelosi. I think Vermont is now worse than California pound for pound. Oh, it's always been, Marlene. Isn't the dry and hot weather the main reason to spread the flames? Uh, arsonists are spreading the flames. So, I mean, whether it's dry and hot, I mean, what does that have to do with anything? I hope she stays. I know, I do too. 10 Democrats already say they won't support Nancy Pelosi. They can't trust Nancy, never know what she might say. And I don't even think Nancy knows what she might say. So there you go. All right, you guys, time is up. Let's see, that's just it, though, Susan. No one can be sure that they didn't know what was going on. They may have, yeah, they may have not. They need to start from the very beginning and see what was actually said to the judges, Monique, and then they can know whether or not the FISA judges were in on it. I don't think they were, but we'll see. Have a blessed day, everybody. Lee said, thank you, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. God bless you. Take care. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for joining me today. Take care. God bless you. See you tomorrow.